Hello, my name is Mike. In this second of our three-part series on OTBI functionality, I'll show you how to enhance an advanced report. I'll start with the age band summary report that I built in part 1. The first thing I want to add is country. Now I'll run this and add a pivot table. I'll remove the table view from the compound layout. The view is still available here, and I can add it back if needed. I'll add content paging so I don't have the scroll bars. Now I'll edit the table so that assignment count appears above the age band, which will help it look more compact. Now I'll add a stacked horizontal bar graph to the report. Now I'll remove the graph from the compound layout. Again, it's still available and can be added back if needed. Now I'll add in a column selector. I want to give users the ability to change views between assignment count and head count. Head count now appears under assignment count. A drop-down list is also available, and if needed, I could add a title. I also want to give users the ability to change the view between country, gender, and business unit name. Again, I've added a drop-down, and if needed, I could add a title. I can also change any of the column properties if I need to. For example, if I want to rename the column or change the formatting or interaction. Now I've got a more flexible report where I can see the assignment count by gender, and I can see the head count by gender. The last addition I want to make is to add a view selector. I'm going to remove my pivot table from the compound layout. Again, it's still available and can be added back if needed. I can also add a caption if needed. What I want to do is select the graph as the first view and then the pivot table as the alternative. And I can switch between these views as needed. Now I have a pretty flexible report where I can change the views between head count and assignment count. I can change between gender and country or business unit name, and I can change the graph to a pivot table. The last thing I'll do is make sure I save my changes. This concludes the Enhancing an Advanced Report tutorial, part 2 of our 3-part series. Thanks for watching.